City Council has now passed an item allowing the Corpus Christi Police Department to receive a $40,000 grant for local border security. But some members of the community had major concerns about what the grant might impact. Marissa Cummings has the details in tonight's top story.
Chloe Flores is with the Corpus Christi Immigration Coalition. She's against the local border security program grant.
There is no language in the grant or in the ordinance authorizing the grant, ensuring that CCPD will not be required to perform border security related activities.
Border security activities like immigration enforcement. But Police Chief Mike Markle says the department has been receiving the grant for 11 years, and it's never been used for immigration before.
There's no association in this grant from our use ever with immigration enforcement. We don't do that. They have, the federal government does that. We do our own municipal policing.
Flores says she knows the police have no intent in using the money towards immigration, but with the new administration in Washington, she says you never know what they can force local departments to do.
However, when a federal agency has a track record of human rights abuses as severe as Custom and Border Patrols, any kind of official collaboration with such an agency must be considered very carefully.
And Markle says he has been very diligent in deciding what the money will be used for.
CID and criminal investigation will use part of the money. Narcotics will use part of that money. Operations or street patrol will use part of those monies. And they'll set up overtime initiatives that directly impact crimes that affect our community.
Marissa Cummings, 3 News.